clown knows that you've never seen this before.
Hey! Ah!
Good one, Willie. You even surprised me that time. Hey, have you seen my little pal? He was around here somewhere. Woogie Boogie!
I gotcha!
You almost got him that time, Willie.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Spirit Sneak Peek video on the Skull Crane Entertainment YouTube channel. Before this video begins, I just want to say thank you for 5,400 subscribers on the Skull Crane Entertainment YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed yet, be sure to do so. Completely free. Just push the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so you never miss a new Skull Crane Entertainment YouTube video. So let's dive right into the brand new 6-foot Mr. Salty. And this guy is pretty cool. He's by Seasonal Visions International. And I gotta say, he's pretty unique and awesome. He hasn't been released yet, but I will not have this video out until he is released. However, he will unfortunately be online only. So we will not see Mr. Salty in stores for this year. But I do like him. I think he's going to be great for some clown people. He'll go excellent with Mr. Hugs. Hugs the Clown, even the Creepy Towering Clown he would go good with. Now, he does have that typical clown mold face with the long or elongated chin, and this is starting to get kind of old. I think Seasonal Visions is overdoing themselves in the clown, and not in a good way. I think they're really just pushing clowns to the max, and it's getting repetitive. I remember when during the period of 2014 to about 2016, when there were 0 clowns. Then we saw Creepy Towering Clown in 2017, and it was nice to see another clown. 2018 came by, and we saw Hugs, and that was cool. We got some new clowns. Then 2019 hit, and we had clowns left and right, and again this year it's just too many clowns. There's too many clowns, and it's getting repetitive, and I think we need to cut back on the clowns and work on something new. For example, witch props at Spirit Halloween have been very, very minimal. We have very, very rarely seen any witch props at Spirit Halloween. Last one I want to say was 2015. I could be wrong on that, but in stores I do remember the Flaming Witch from 2015 in the swamp, but that's about it for witches, and we haven't seen a vampire in a long time either. Now, we did see the Lurching Vampire from 11 and 12, but apparently there will be a new vampire this year, although we don't know for sure if it's a vampire, but I'm hoping it is, because we really don't see any vampires at Spirit Halloween either. So vampires and witches are two that are really, really passed up upon other characters that we have not seen a lot of at Spirit Halloween. But clowns are just repetitive, and even though they're getting cooler, like this is a unique concept for an animatronic, it's still a clown. And we have the 2 clowns here, and I like the appearance a lot. Obviously not really a scary animatronic. I would have loved if it were a pop-out animatronic, because I thought it would be. I thought the clown in the bottom would pop out, but it does not. It slowly lunges out, very slowly. It's got the same mechanism as the Lurching Vampire by Seasonal Visions, or Vampire Gravebuster, if you want to call it that as well. I have that on my YouTube channel as well. You can check out the Vampire Gravebuster. It has that mechanism, and he slowly pops out when the Mr. Salty opens his big jacket here. And this kind of reminds me of like those pranks where people go into the movie theater and sneak in with 2 people. That's what we get here. And for some complaints, the mouth does not move on the tiny little guy. That's the first complaint, and for that, it kind of takes away from it a little bit because of how expensive this one's going to be. I'm quite certain this is going to be a more expensive prop, although I can't bring the price into my head. I'm pretty sure he's going to be upwards of $300, although I cannot confirm that. But for that price, you can get something like Krampus, which is much cooler than Mr. Salty. But if Mr. Salty fits your clown theme or a freak show theme, he'd be perfect. He's incredibly detailed, and I think the best part about Mr. Salty is his detail. The animation is not as good as I thought it would be, but the detail is great. And I do hope, though, that this is one of the last clown animatronics we see. I don't mind 1 or 2 clowns every year. It's actually a good thing. But to have, I think we're at maybe at least a dozen clown props this year, it's ridiculous. We'll take a look at some of these pictures. And this guy has been leaked for a long time. When Uncle Charlie came out, the instruction manual was actually uploaded to the wrong prop. So it turns out his instruction manual, which you can find here, was uploaded to Uncle Charlie, so everyone got to see Mr. Salty beforehand. This is the prototype right here, and then, of course, this is the produced version. And Mr. Salty is cool. Is he on my wish list? Certainly not, but we'll read the description before we close out the video. So after years as a struggling song and dance man on the vaudeville circuit, Mr. Salty finally snapped. He turned in his tap dance shoes for clown shoes and grease paint, and he was never happier. Now his act is scaring audiences on street corners and dark alleys and dive bars across the country. Just don't get too close, or you might see a side of Mr. Salty you'll never forget. Mr. Salty features light-up eyes, moving mouth, and can swing open his arms to give you a surprise you would have never expected. So he's got all the typical features that animatronics nowadays have. He has a ton of phrases. In fact, there's 5, which is a good amount for a seasonal visions prop, especially if it's got the feature where you can loop the phrases. That's my favorite part about animatronics now, is that you can loop the phrases, because when I do a display, I don't typically want my props to be like going off with sensors, because they're unreliable, unless of course it's a pop-out prop. But if it's not a pop-out prop, I'd prefer them just to continue to talk. So I'm hoping that he has that feature, although I probably won't be getting him anyway. But he's very cool. It again with the fog machine capability, although I doubt that's true. It seems to be that there's an error with the descriptions, but he's not been released yet, so hopefully they fix that. He is an oversized shipping item, so he will cost a little bit more money to ship. Again, online only this year. We will not see Mr. Salty in stores, which is sort of fortunate because we have so many clowns already in the store. But it disappoints me that of all the clowns they could have put in the store, they chose Johnny Punk instead of perhaps Clowning Around or even Mr. Salty. I'm sure everyone would have rather taken Mr. Salty or Clowning Around compared to the very lackluster Johnny Punk. But that's for another video. I thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment about what you think about Mr. Salty, and subscribe to Skull Crane Entertainment. Visit my website at https://skullcrane.com. Well, you can find that link in the bottom left of your screen. And as always, happy haunting!